It's thinking. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to a special broadcast brought to you by World Hijab Day. We are here to talk about a new ban in Switzerland on niqab, and I've got a sister here with me, an awesome sister who's going to sit and chat with me for a little bit. This is Valentina Weiss. If you'd like to introduce yourself, say hey to everyone.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Valentina Weiss. I'm Swiss, and I got born there, and I grow up there. And I'm 32 years old, mother of a little daughter, and I revert to Islam 2018. And since 1 year, a little bit more than 1 year, I'm wearing now the niqab, and now it got banned in Switzerland. So now we're fighting against this new law and try to make.
Oh, I think our connection. Okay, there we go. We had a little lag in connection there. I think you're back now. That was a great intro. I feel like sometimes when people tell me to introduce myself, I never know what to say. So that was great. Thank you. So you
Thanks.
haven't. So you said it's been a little over a year since you've decided to wear niqab?
Yeah, in January 2020.
Okay. So what made you decide to wear niqab?
Yeah, in the beginning I was wearing hijab, and I was really fine with that until someone came and told me, do you know that it's better for a woman to wear a niqab? So I was like, okay, no, I never heard that. So I started reading about it, watching videos, and thinking about it, and I made research and so on, and it took a long time. So I thought, okay, there are two opinions, like it's fard or it's better for the woman, and so I'm following the one that think it's better for the woman. So then I thought, okay, I just try it a few times before, and then I felt like really, this is it. I feel really comfortable. I feel really safe, and so on. So I just took the decision to wear it, but it took still a few weeks until I was really like, okay, now I want to wear it.
I like that you mentioned that you did research on it. I think that's really important to understand, why you do something. I think it's important too for I researched, why people wear hijab and really dived into it and tried that as well. So I think that's really important. And, Switzerland is not the only country, unfortunately, to ban niqab. France, Belgium, Austria, they want to ban the burqa, they want to ban the niqab, and it seems like mostly in public spaces, but some countries, they don't want to see it at all. So why do you think it's happening right now in Switzerland? Is it something political, or what do you think drove them to make this decision?
Yeah, I guess why they're banning it is because they are scared of Islam and so on, and they are really Islamophobic. And why now? I guess it's just they just trying to ban Islam in general in Switzerland, and I think in a lot of European countries, because of all this propaganda from the politician and the media and so on. But why now? I don't know exactly why now, but I think they're following a plan. Like 2009, they banned the minaret. Now they're banning the niqab, and they already said they want to ban the hijab in schools for girls. So this will be the next step for them.
Okay. Wow. So the last ban was in 2009 for something, I guess, related to Islam. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found the time interesting, because you never know. Like sometimes, when you don't live in a certain country, you hear something and you wonder what brought it on. And so I was just curious about that. But I did hear about that first ban. That's really interesting too, that they're trying to ban the hijab in schools. I feel like so many places do that. And a lot of times they're saying it's because of oppression and things like that. And I did see some photos and some articles, some signs that have been put up in Switzerland depicting a niqabi, And I noticed that her brow is very furrowed down low, like she looks angry, and it says stop extremism, and things like that. And I thought that was so strange that they made her look so angry. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, but I wanted to kind of know your take on that, and what you think about them saying they're banning it to stop oppression.
Yeah, this woman with on this paper, they don't look angry, they look aggressive. That's really, they're really, and it's just the propaganda. They just want to tell the people or show them, yeah, can you see the woman with niqab, they are extremists and so on. But that's not true. And I feel like really, yeah, sometimes I feel like really hurt because they're calling me extremist, they're calling me terrorist and so on. But I'm not like that at all. So it's kind of hurtful what they're saying about me and my sisters in Deen and so on. It's not that nice. It's just that they just try to make the people scared about the niqabis, because then they want to ban it. Because if they would put a normal niqabi, like a picture from me or another sister, where we look really normal and maybe waving or something like that, then they won't be they won't be scared. But of course they want that the people are getting scared of us, so they're going to ban us.
I see. Wow, it's really unfortunate. So I wanted to see if you could just debunk some, I guess, these justifications they've got. So there's a few different ones: that it's forced upon women, that it doesn't assimilate with the Swiss culture, and that covering the face is a security concern. Can you kind of touch on those three reasons that they're giving?
Yeah, they're saying that the women are oppressed and so on, but that's not true. I guess in Switzerland, no woman is oppressed about to wear the niqab. Maybe in other countries they're getting oppressed from the husbands, and this is really sad, and this shouldn't happen. I really agree with the people like that. But in Switzerland, it's not like that, because I don't know even one sister with niqab which got oppressed from the husband. Because we are Muslims, we would be the first one who would help her. If we would hear there is a woman which got oppressed from the husband to wear the niqab or do something she doesn't want, we would go and talk with him. And so, and what was the other two things? Sorry.
No, that's fine. So they also talk about how it doesn't assimilate well with Swiss culture.
Yeah, the Swiss culture. The Swiss culture is a really big topic. It's like you can't just say this is the Swiss culture or this is the Swiss culture. It's a pool of Swiss culture things, and no, not even one person in Switzerland are going to have or going to live all of this culture things. It's just a cultural thing in Switzerland is as well to be open-minded to other people, to respect other people, to be kind to them. But it's not. This wasn't like that in the whole time before the voting. No, it's just like they're just coming up with this. It's a thing to see into the face. But now, can you hear me?
Your audio cut for just a second.
Oh, okay. So culture is nothing like it's fixed. It's changing every day, because my grandmother 50 years ago, 60 years ago, they were living another culture, and now we're living this culture. So it's kind of weird to say it's not a culture thing, or we don't. It's a culture thing to see into the faces. No, that's not true.
Right. I definitely agree with you. And it makes me think about where I'm from. So I currently live in Canada, but I'm from the US. And, there's a lot of people there that don't welcome Islam. And they say, this is a Western country and everything. But the foundation of the US is supposed to be freedom. And we're supposed to have freedom of religion. And so there isn't just one set culture, like you said, there's this huge diversity and variety. And so I think that's an excellent point. So do you believe that, and I'm sure that you probably don't, but covering part of the face is a security concern for them? And can you tell me why, it's not a security concern?
Yeah, it's no, not at all, because for example, if I
Are you still with us, Sister Valentina?
example, if I'm going, can you hear?
You came back. There you go. I think you're back now.
Okay, okay. No. For example, if you go to the government and you for papers and so on, then you can just show your face, and they can. If you're coming into a police checkpoint from the police, then you can just show your face. That's really easy. So it's not that.
We lost a little bit of your audio again. I think it's coming
That's
back.
weird. I never had that issues.
No problem.
That's so
no
weird,
problem.
subhanAllah.
So the last thing that I heard was you said you can show the police your face.
Yeah, it's permissible in Islam that if you have to show it to identification, you can show it. That's fine. Of course, you ask maybe for a corner or for a separate room or something like that, but you can show it. Khalas, that's really fine. That's not a big deal. So it's not like a security thing like they said. Not at all.
Right. And go ahead.
What's important is like when you're going out with a niqab or even with a hijab in Switzerland, all of the people are looking at you. So if you want to do a crime, you're not get the intention from all of the people around you with your clothes. No, then you walk around in normal clothes and jeans and the shirt, and that's it. So it's really it's kind of annoying, like this argument.
Yes. And I did read there's only really a handful of people who wear niqab, like maybe 30 or so women.
Yeah, they're saying they made the research from the university, and they said it's around 30 sisters in Switzerland with niqab. But to be honest, I guess it's less. I would say it's 10 to 15, maximum 20.
Wow. That's
for 20 or even 30 women, they're going to waste a lot of money, and it's kind of really weird what they did.
So what are the repercussions if someone is wearing niqab out in public now that this ban is on? So there's fines, or what happens?
Yeah, there will be. Nowadays, it's they have the in Switzerland they have time to make this new law. But if you're going out with niqab, then the police should come, or the police is coming, and then you get a fine. Yes, and then you have to pay this fine. And in Switzerland is like a few cantons. It's a little bit weird for foreigners, but it's like cantons, and every canton he has his own right to say how much fine they will pay. But there is one. There is one canton. He's saying that if you're going to keep repeating the fine and so on, you have to pay 10,000 Swiss francs as a fine.
Wow.
Yeah, it's to be honest, it's kind of stupid, but yeah, it's really it's so much. It's and since they already have this rule that you're not allowed to cover your face in this canton, and they not even had to give one sister a fine because there was no niqabi, because it's so less in Switzerland. It doesn't make a sense at all.
Yes, that's one of the things that I was thinking of. I was reading articles and things, and I thought there's not even that many women wearing niqab. So that's one of the things that made me wonder, what sparked this. So, and it just blows my mind that, the fines, it can basically be whatever they want. So you said that you guys are fighting this ban. How are you going to fight this?
Yeah, in the beginning we were fighting it like with interviews and like to reach the public, or yeah, the people in Switzerland, to tell them, okay, don't ban it because it doesn't make sense at all. And we were collecting money to make yeah, like advertise and so on, of the Islamrat from Switzerland. And yeah, nowadays, now we lost it, and now we are collecting money for the sisters, and they got a fine, so they can send it to this organization, and so they can pay it from this pool, from this money pool. And as I know, this organization, they want to go further to, yeah, to, how do you say, to Den Haag, to a court, and
Mhm.
tell and ask them if this is really permissible with the human rights and so on. So they're keep fighting for it. But now I'm currently in Egypt, so I can't help that much, but I try my best.
Yes, I really hope that they'll change their minds, that there will be a change. It did seem like the votes were very close. What did you
Yes.
think about that? Did you see those two numbers? It was very, very close.
Yeah, Switzerland just said yes with 31%. So, and 49% said no. So I'm really happy that even that 49% said no. That's not the whole Switzerland, which is racist, but it's still really sad that they won. That they won with just 51%.
Wow. It's very, very interesting numbers. And I feel like every time I think we're getting somewhere with educating people in Islam and things getting better, there's a new ban, a new obstacle and things like that. So I did wonder, and you can tell me your thoughts on this, because I did see, I think it was a lady out in public, she gave a small statement saying that she felt she was against the ban because she thought that was taking away women's rights, and she's, I think, maybe a bit of a feminist, and so she believes that women should be able to wear what they want. And I just wondered if those people who were on the no side are well educated about Islam. What is that like in Switzerland for people who aren't Muslim? How did they interact with Muslims day to day? Did you have any major like negative experiences with anyone, like maybe out on the street or in public?
Um, yeah, I had some bad experience, but I know some sisters which had more better experience. Like they were get the people were spitting on them or pushing them, and yeah, even kicking them and so on, and telling them, yeah, they should leave the country, fuck Muslims and so on. Subhanallah. And it's yeah, the people are looking at you. Sometimes they're not even talking with you, they're just making hand signs like go away. Like, okay, I can speak Swiss German. If you want something from me, just tell me, but don't make hand sign. More than just the, I don't know, like something not worth or something like that. So yeah, there are a lot of bad experience, and with niqab it's much more.
Yeah, I understand. Wow. Unfortunately, I feel like that's everywhere, but I would hope
Yeah.
that people would learn about it. I feel like that helps so much. So when I did see those numbers, I wondered, I thought, if more of those people on that no side would learn about Islam, would it change their mind?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
can,
this is
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
this is why I have my Instagram account, because
Mhm.
I keep telling there what's in Islam and what is not against Islam, and what are the rules, and I'm explaining and so on. And I'm in contact with a lot of women which are not Muslims. They ask me, how is this, how is that, and what do you think about this, and so on. And I'm writing some posts to inform them. And I got a lot of messages from women. They said, hey, thank you, since I follow you, I learned so much about Islam, and no one is saying that what you're saying, and so on. And this is something I think it's really important, that we are going out and tell the truth about Islam, not what they are going to write about Islam in the newspapers and so on, because most of them is, yeah, sorry to say, but it's bullshit, and it's just this propaganda, and so I think we have to do that, to reach the people, to tell them, okay, this is not permissible in Islam, what they're writing in the newspaper, or this is against Islam. And I think this is really important work. A lot of sisters and brothers are doing it on Instagram and Facebook and so on.
Yeah, I think that's really great that you're trying to get the message out there. So now I'm curious, what led you to Islam, if you don't mind me asking, since you're in a country where it seems like there's not just a ton of Muslims.
Why I revert to Islam, you mean?
Yeah, or like, how did you learn about it too?
Yeah. I was interested in Islam since I'm 16. And then I was interested, then I wasn't interested, then I was interested, and so on. It was a long journey. And then in 2017, when I was 29, I started being more interested. And alhamdulillah, I had two sisters in my class, which were practicing Muslims, and both wearing hijab. So I was able to ask them and so on. And yeah, one of this sister, she got married, and at her wedding, I saw all of this women with hijab, and they were together, and there was really like one ummah. It was really beautiful, and I felt like, wow, that's it. And then I started I started with reading more. I was already reading before, but not that much. And then I started really getting into Islam. But I was reading before. I was reading a lot of different religion, like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, and so on. And then, but every time when I was reading something, I ended up with Islam. Subhanallah.
Wow, that's great. So, would you say that people probably played a pretty big part in that, their attitude and towards you, like, just because, for example, whenever I was learning about Islam, the people and their kindness really stood out to me, and it seems like maybe that was something that stood out to you as well.
Yeah, I think this is something really important, that the Muslims, they are showing from the best side, like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. So, and I think with heart and with love, you reach more people instead of hate or being rude to them or something like that. So yes, I think it's important, the behavior of the Muslims, to reach their hearts.
I do too. I think that as well. I think even if, somebody is very negative towards you, that if you could just be as positive as you can, and they'll see that, Muslims aren't violent and aggressive as we're often made out to be. I think attitude has so much to do with it. And I really hope that people who aren't Muslim will see, talks like this, and hopefully, understand and fear Muslims less. So, and it makes me cautious about traveling, if I wanted to go to France, I'd be nervous, and now going to Switzerland would make me nervous, even as a hijabi and things like that. So I think that's something that is able to think about. But
yeah, and the issue is nowadays in Switzerland that they have to wear face mask because of Corona. So I get a lot of messages from sisters which are just wearing the hijab, and they're telling me, yeah, they were in the supermarket today, or they were out today with the face mask, and they got attacked as well, because the people are coming and saying, yeah, this is not allowed in Switzerland anymore. And like, what? I'm just wearing a face mask. It's not a niqab. It's just a face mask. So it's for the people. I guess it's not that easy for both. Like the non-Muslims, they are confused. Like they're seeing a hijabi with a face mask, and they think, okay, this is a niqab, and the sisters with hijab, they got attacked because the other ones, they think they are niqabi. So it's getting worse nowadays.
I did want to bring up face masks because it feels like even if you wear anything on your head, it could be some sort of hat or anything like that, and then you'll put on a mask, it's like you're in niqab.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a couple of men here in Canada wearing almost like a ski cap type thing.
Yeah.
You know, it gets pretty cold here, so they're keeping their head warm, and then they have a mask on. And I think you look a lot like me right now. People will stare at me, you know, or maybe, you know, like I feel like sometimes judge me because I'm wearing a hijab, and they can wear that, but I can't wear what I'm wearing. So it's a very interesting concept. And you know, I wonder what plans Allah had when this, you know, when we entered this pandemic and we were all wearing masks, and how the world would change, you know, in views of niqab and hijab when people started wearing masks. And you know, I think there's something there. And I did see things like there's a photograph, and I don't know who did it, but it's a woman in a headscarf, and she's got a bunch of masks, like medical masks, stapled down to make like a niqab, to show that everyone's basically, you know, in covering their faces these days. And so I think that's a really interesting point. And I think that's even more unfortunate that hijabis are getting attacked now because they're wearing hijab and a mask.
Yeah.
You know, masks are mandatory, are they not, in Switzerland?
Yes, they are.
Exactly. So there's not really anything you can do. And unfortunately, I hope that doesn't lead to a hijab ban, because I do wonder sometimes, are bans like the niqab ban going to lead to hijab bans in public as well?
It will. I'm sure of that it will lead to ban the hijab as well. Now they want to start with hijab in school. They want to start maybe hijab at work, and then in public, and they want to ban praying in public and so on. So they want to ban Islam until you're just allowed to practice Islam at home, or the religion at home. And it this banning the niqab, this new law, it's just the basic of new hate. So the people are really aggressive nowadays because of Corona, because everything is closed. They can't live like they want. So they have to push all their hate to someone else. And nowadays in Switzerland, are the Muslims, especially the Muslim women, which are getting all of this hate. And so this vote was just pushing them, or allow them. So now you are allowed to give this hate to the Muslims, because you can see the Switzerland, they don't want us. So you can give it to them, and that's fine.
Yes. So do you think people, I guess, maybe are a little bit more aggressive now because of COVID, or was it just as bad before towards Muslims, like just behavior in general?
Yeah, I guess it's both, but I guess the COVID, it's making their hate bigger. So they are hating, and they are more aggressive because of everything. Because I can understand them. The situation, it's not that easy. Everything is closed. You can't go to work. You can't do whatever you want, and so on. And this is something really new for Swiss people. So they are getting aggressive and so on. But it was already before a hate for Muslims. They already hated Muslims before. But now I guess the COVID, the Corona, it's something like it's making it worse.
That is so unfortunate. And, you know, I really hope that COVID will end soon. You know, I didn't expect us to have, you know, come into like another Ramadan, for example. During COVID. You know, every country is different. You know, I look at people in the US and they're pretty much living life like normal. Or lots of other places like Switzerland they're still a lot shut down, it seems like. So what can fellow Muslims do to help, you know, fight this ban, or maybe, I don't know, do more to help?
Yeah, what's at the moment, what's really important is to donate. To the organization, to this money pool. I guess this is at the moment the most important thing what they can do. And yeah, the other thing, I don't know if it's okay if I say that, but it's just like not going to visit Switzerland as a tourist, because Switzerland, they will learn that they made a mistake when the tourists are not coming, because there are niqabis from Saudi Arabia and other countries which maybe would take off the niqab when they're going to visit. And I guess this is the worst thing now which could happen, because then the Swiss would say, yes, see, she can take off her niqab, so you can do it as well. So no, I can't do it, and I won't do it just because of a racist law. So I think it's the first thing, it's really important to donate, so to help the sisters and to help the organization to go ahead with fighting it. And then the other thing is, really, I'm really sorry, because I love Switzerland so much. It's a really beautiful country, and I grew up there, and it's so beautiful, and I miss it so much, and I will miss it much, much more when I can't go back. But yeah, it's nowadays, I guess it's better if the Muslims are not going to visit Switzerland. So Switzerland will see, okay, it wasn't a good idea to ban it, because we have a lot of really rich Muslims out there, and they shouldn't give the money now to Switzerland. No, go to other countries where you are welcomed.
Yeah, I definitely can see that side. And like I mentioned before, that's something I've thought about, is how these bans will affect my travel. I would love to go to like Paris. I've never seen the Eiffel Tower, and I see so many beautiful videos and pictures of Switzerland, and I'm like, wow, it'd be amazing to go there.
Yeah.
But you don't feel welcome. And I wonder how much it will affect the travel industry and affect, those particular countries when it comes to tourism, because Islam is the second largest religion in the world.
Yeah.
And now you're telling, even a hijabi doesn't want to go, so I think that does have a huge effect on that. And so, and it feels like sometimes there's not really any winning. It's like you don't want to go there, but they also don't want you there. So you don't want them to win, but you don't want to give them your money either. So I think there's a really push and pull type thing that going on there. It's
yes, and the thing is that a lot of Arab Muslims, which have never been to Switzerland or to Europe, they don't know at all that the people are so racist there. Because now I'm in Egypt, and when I'm talking with the neighbors or with friends and so on, and they ask me how it is as a Muslim in Switzerland or in Europe, when I'm telling them what happened to us, they are really like, what? Something sorry, something happened like that? I can't believe that.
We'll let you take a sip of water.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
I'm a little bit I catch the cold, sorry.
No worries. Happens to everyone. While we have a short break, I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody out there currently watching. Thank you for joining us. We'll continue in just a few minutes. I see a lot of salams out there.
Okay, let's try again.
Please.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Whew, I know. Suddenly, like almost as soon as you unmuted, I was like, I'm gonna sneeze, but I think I'm okay. Okay, good. So,
yeah.
So are there now? You said you're not in Switzerland. Have you been there since the ban?
No. No, I went back. I went to Egypt already before. Because I gave birth in Switzerland, and I was for a few months in Switzerland. But then I wanted to go back to Egypt, and then everything started. So I told my husband, no, I don't want to go back nowadays. I want to stay here. And yeah, now I'm here, and I'm not planning to go back, to be honest, because I don't want to take off the niqab, and I don't want to give money to Switzerland.
So, so have you ever thought about taking your niqab off or anything
No,
like that? No.
no, I wouldn't, because first of all, it's my body, so my body, my rules. And second, I'm not going to yeah, to say yes to a racist law and to a discrimination law. And just because other wants me to be like them, they want, no, I'm not going to change myself for them. I'm going to change for myself and for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's it. I'm not even going to, even if my husband would tell me, yeah, take it off, it's better for you, I wouldn't do it, because every day, every time when I'm wearing it, I fell in love more with the niqab. And now, especially in this time, I was fighting against this law. My love to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to the niqab was getting bigger. So now I can't take it off. Because it's a part of me. It's just a part of me, and that's really fine. So I don't know. No, I couldn't take it off. So, and I don't wanna give the government money nowadays. Maybe, I don't know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has maybe different plans for me. But at the moment, I'm saying no, I don't want to go back. And of course, most of the Swiss are really happy about that. But
I think that's a really, empowering answer. Like you're so firm in it, and I love to hear that, because I feel the exact same way about my hijab. It's like,
yeah,
the more that I wear it, the more that I fall in love with it. So I'm super happy to wear that. And so, based on your answer, I think I already know the answer to this question. But does the niqab ban in Switzerland fall into violation of women's rights?
yes, absolutely. Because it's a human and a woman right that you can wear whatever you want, that you can make your own decision. And as I said, your body, your rules, my body, my rules. And so it's really against woman rights and human rights.
I'm glad that you're letting people know that it's a choice, because I think it goes back to people thinking that it's oppressing for a woman to wear something like niqab and hijab. And I'm like, no, like, it's so oppressing for you to take that right away. And I think that they know that, and I think that they don't care, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, when I married my husband, and some people, they were saying, yeah, now he's going to oppress you and force you to stuff and this and that. And the people that my friends and family which know me, they were laughing about that, because they said, if they would know you, they never would say something like that, because everyone who knows you knows that no one can oppress you. No one can force you to something, because you have such a strong character. No one can do that. So it's kind of, they don't know me, but they're going to judge about me and my family and so on. And that's really weird and unfriendly.
Unfortunately, people they don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And sometimes, you're having the best relationship and someone thinks just because you're Muslim that you're oppressed in your relationship. It's very sad.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been asked this question before, because unfortunately there are some so-called feminists who are against hijab and niqab. So what message do you have for those feminists who are against it?
Yeah, that's funny, because a few weeks ago I was watching two feminists which were talking about, non-Muslims, which were talking about this topic. And one of these feminists, she said, yeah, she can understand them, the woman or the feminists which are against niqab, because most of them, they are another generation, like they're older. They were fighting for totally different things for women. But nowadays we had the woman, they had in Western, they had so many rights. They have so many rights. So now we can fight for other stuff. So yes, I can understand that some feminists are saying, yeah, it's oppressing, but they should see that this is not feminism. Feminism is like that every woman can decide by her own. And if I want to decide being a mother and a housewife and a niqabi and wear a hijab, then another woman which says, okay, I don't want to have that, I don't want to have family, I don't want to wear a hijab, I want to go out and make career and so on, they should say, okay, that's your choice. And this is feminism for me, that you accept every woman and every own decision they are making.
Yeah, part of feminism is believing that women have the right to choose, and equality and everything. And equality is not taking away something that somebody wants, like you said, it was your choice to put it on, and it's your choice to leave it on and not take it off.
Yes.
So before coming to Islam, what was your religion?
My parents were a Protestant.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is the right word in English. I'm sorry, I don't know the word in English.
Protestant.
But they were Protestant. And when I was a kid, I can remember that we went to church and so on. And I was really fine with that. And since I'm a kid, I was believing that there is a God.
So I asked that because I wanted to know if you have a message or, something like that, like what you would want the world to know about Islam coming from a Christian background, because I think sometimes that can help people understand Islam a little better. And when they understand Islam better, less bans happen. So coming from that Christian background, what do you want people to know about Islam?
Yeah, I think what's really important, but a lot of people don't know, it's that in Islam we have a lot of similar or almost similar prophets like Christian and the Judaism. So we have Musa, we have Moses, we have Jesus, we have Abraham, and so on. And this is, I guess, a lot of people don't know that it's not Islam. It's not like a religion. It came something totally new. No, it was Judaism, then Christianity, and then the Islam, and now it's the last religion. So, and I think this is something that people really don't know, and this is something I think it's important to know, and that Islam is a religion of peace and not of war, like a lot of people think. And what's really important for me is that if you want to learn something about Islam, if you want to get knowledge about Islam, don't read the newspaper. Don't take it from non-Muslims. Go to a masjid and ask the sheikh there, okay, can you explain me this topic? Even if it's maybe a topic he doesn't know that much, then he will tell you, okay, go to this sheikh, go to this masjid, and so on. But don't take your knowledge about Islam and talk about this when you got it from non-Muslims, because this is something I can't understand, that they're coming up with topics like, yeah, Islam says this and that. Then you ask them, from where do you have it? Yeah, it was in the newspaper last week. Yeah, is he a Muslim? Is she a Muslim? No. So get the knowledge from the Muslims, from Muslims which are knowing, which have knowledge. That's something really important.
And unfortunately, the media just fuels the fire on hate towards Islam. It really
does.
Yeah, I think in a lot of countries, I grew up in the US, and so that's definitely a big thing.
Yeah, and the thing is they have to, because I had a lot of interviews nowadays, and it's like the journalists, they were really fine. They were asking me really good questions and so on, and then they came up with, okay, my boss told me I have to ask you this and that, and yeah, or my boss, he said I can't bring this article like this because it's too much against the ban. Against the new law, we have to be more in the middle and so on. Like the journalists, maybe they wanna tell the truth, but the chefs, the bosses of them, they're going to say, okay, no, that's not okay. We have to make it to push it more, and we have to be, as you said, to put more oil in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the journalists. Most of them, it's the boss.
It's unfortunate, like, that they're going to put restrictions on what can be put out there, because if they're restricting it, then yes, it's going to be harder to fight the ban if they're not
Yeah.
publishing the articles that are helping with that. And so I hope that people watching this video can help share the donation link or
Yeah, I hope.
donate something. So we'll have that in the description of this video for sure, because we want to help the sisters who are going to fight this ban, and hopefully
Yeah,
be able to continue wearing niqab.
they can find the link on my Instagram account as well, and on the Instagram account of the organization, and a lot of other Muslims are sharing the link nowadays.
Yes. So, what else would you like for people to know? Is there anything else that we need to know to help fight it, or is there any words of wisdom you can give people, maybe Muslim and non-Muslim? Because I feel like maybe there's some non-Muslims out there as well who want to help this fight.
Yeah, for the non-Muslims and even the Muslims, I just put the video today on Instagram, which says, if you see a Muslim out there, a Muslim woman with hijab or niqab, and you see that they got attacked, help them, stand up for them, and tell the people that it's not okay to talk with others like that. And just tell them in Switzerland or in Europe, of course in America as well, or other countries, tell the Muslims that that's fine, that they are here, that they are part of the society, and that they are okay like they are, and that not everyone is against them. And I think this is something really, this is something who should change, because when I'm talking with sisters in Switzerland and they're telling me about the attacking, or they got attacked, and when I ask them, yeah, no one stand up, no one stood up, no one helped you, they said no one. They were just looking. And this is, I guess, something really bad. So this is something which is really important, that you stand up for that you stand up, and even if you're not Muslim, you can you can just go and tell them, no, that's not fine how you're talking with her, or what you're doing. Let her be like she wants. It's her right. So this is something really, really important.
Would you, I guess, use the word liberating for how you feel in your niqab versus when you weren't even wearing like hijab as a non-Muslim? Like, do you feel liberated when you wear this garment that represents your religion?
Yes, I feel like that, and I don't think like there is something against it. Like, yeah, I feel free, and I feel like I can be how I want to be, and this is it. It's not like if I'm wearing it, I can't be who I am. No, it's like when I wear it, then I can be the one I want to be, if it makes sense.
Yes, I definitely
Okay.
understand it. I definitely understand it. I feel like anybody who puts on a hijab or a niqab, and they fall in love with it, I think it makes them feel empowered. I hear women talk about that all the time, and
Yeah.
I think that's great. I do wonder sometimes if that scares people, that women feel so good and powerful and in these garments. I wonder, because it seems like sometimes just because we're women, that people kind of look down on us, and they, we're seen as number two
Yeah.
times. And so then you add on this garment and our religion, and people always have something to say about it, or judge us. So I'm glad that you said that. And I like the words that you use. I feel like there's, like using the words like liberating, or like even you just saying, I feel like myself, like I feel like me. I think
Yeah.
that's so important, to let people know that you're comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, I think, or I guess it's like, I don't ask for like everyone has to understand why I'm wearing it. No, maybe I can't understand why a woman has wearing this one, or having this hair color, or this glasses, or something like that. But it's like, accept me how I am. That's the only thing I'm asking for. Just take me how I am, because you don't have to agree with me. That's fine. You can even talk with me about it, but you don't have to ban me, to judge me, to tell me, okay, you're not a part of the society anymore.
But before we wrap up, I did want to bring up one other point that you made me think of when we were just talking now. There are so many people who say that they don't want their countries to just, become full of niqabis and things like that. And I'm like, that's not the point. It's a personal choice, but they're so worried that everyone is suddenly going to put on a hijab and a niqab, and being World Hijab Day, we ask people once a year to put on hijab and experience it for a day, but it's a personal choice. And so I think
Yeah,
people are so scared that they're like, oh, well, they're going to make us wear it. And so I
yeah.
think that may play a role. So that was just a thought that I had. And I'm like, that's not what we've ever asked for.
No, no, not at all. I'm really fine in Europe or in other countries when a woman is just wearing jeans and the shirt and so on. That's fine. And I don't. To be honest, I don't care because I have my own. It's not my business. I'm not allowed to judge about someone else. Even if I see a Muslim woman without hijab, I'm not allowed to judge about her. I don't know her situation. I don't know her heart. I don't know how hard she's working on the relation on the relation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not my right. So even when I see a non-Muslim, it's not my right to judge about her.
Right. So if we respect people who, are of other religions, who live their lives in different ways. And I guess you could say, I feel like so many Muslims are just asking for people to do the same, to respect,
Yeah.
to respect their choices. Great.
Yes, exactly.
So as we wrap up, is there anything else that you'd like to say, or?
No. I guess I said everything I wanted. Thank you. Just
Yeah.
that's important to donate this,
Yes,
to
I
donate,
agree.
so to help the sisters and to help the organization to go ahead with fighting this new law. This is which is really my biggest wish, to fight that they are allowed or that they have enough money to fight it, because I want to go back to Switzerland. I want to see my family. I want to see my friends and so on, and they are working for it.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank
Yeah,
you
alhamdulillah.
so much for joining me this morning. I know it's probably a different time for you. It's morning for me. Anybody else out there who it's morning for? We will have a link in our description for anybody to donate to the
Yes.
cause so we can fight this niqab ban in Switzerland. This is not, of course, the first time this has happened. So even if you can't donate, please share the link so we can help the sisters in Switzerland be able to continue to wear niqab, help them pay the fines and any legal fees as they fight this ban. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. And thank you so much.
Thank you.